Hi, my name is Moshe Fried, and I am a licensed clinical social worker in New York City. I realized early in my career working with school-age children, their teachers and parents, that teachers are simply overburdened. There is so much demanded from them, from taking attendance, managing the classroom, teaching the lesson, and all that stuff, that it's inevitable that kids slip through the cracks. Despite the greatest efforts of teachers, it's still extremely challenging, and forget about dealing with the current COVID situation. That's why I developed ClasStars, a tablet app that makes it really simple for teachers to record different engagements in the classroom. Let me show you how simple it is. And it's not just how simple it is, but it's also the philosophy. ClasStars believes that every child is entitled to positive feedback. So here's how it works. This is your class. If a student misbehaves or does something they're not supposed to do, simply swipe down on that student and you've just recorded that they've misbehaved at this time. Once you're comfortable with that, you can take it off of single swipe mode. And now when you swipe down on a student, you actually get a menu of the common classroom misbehaviors. So if Lake was talking, you would swipe down on him and then tap talking. You can also rate how intrusive or disruptive that behavior was on a scale of 1 to 5. So you can measure the gradual progress as well. It's also important to give every child positive feedback, and that's not something that they should need to earn. That should be an entitlement. So whenever you give positive feedback, you swipe up. We have single swipe for that as well, but when you're comfortable and you're in full function mode, you can specify the positive feedback that you're giving. So if Bonnie gave a good effort, you do that. And just like that, you've recorded your positive feedback. Every student has a 2-day positive feedback meter on their left. So as you're giving kids in the class positive feedback or encouragement, you can see which ones you haven't gotten to, making sure that every single student is addressed every day. It's a 2-day meter because inevitably some days you'll get to some more than others. So you can prioritize the ones that you haven't gotten to or haven't gotten to as much the next day. You'll notice that some kids have different border colors. That's because we want to make sure that the kids that are struggling, the kids that are having a hard time, get even more encouragement and more positive feedback. So the border color around each kid reflects the ratio. So as you swipe down, you're recording negatives. We're not going to show that to you on a meter because that tends to stay in our minds anyway. But a child that has more negative than positives, more swipe downs and swipe ups, will have a red border around them to remind you to catch them being good. When the ratio gets back to a 1-to-1 neutral ratio, it turns orange, and it stays that way until it gets to 3-to-1. At 3-to-1, the border color turns yellow, and at a 5-to-1 ratio, the border color turns blue. And at a 7-to-1 ratio, the border color turns green. I know this is a lot of information, but the idea is to help teachers identify in real time which kids are beginning to slip through the cracks and which kids need their encouragement the most. When you're done with class, you end the class, and we have colorful dashboards and charts that let you see on a daily basis how students are doing. You'll quickly notice when kids are beginning to slide so that you can address those issues at a much, much sooner and more manageable stage. If you want to learn more about this, you can download this on the App Store for iOS for iPad, Google Play for Android, and the Microsoft Windows App Store. Or learn more by clicking on the link in the comments or descriptions below. Thanks for a couple of minutes and have a great day.